Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, February 24th. The sun is finally starting to come out. We got a little bit of rain this week, and weather's been okay since it stopped. But I'm ready for it to warm up just a little bit. And when I say warm up, I would like for it to be sunny and the mid 70s, and I know that's not very warm, but it would be a nice change from, having to wear sweaters all the time. It's a little muggy today, so it's gonna hit 73, I think is what I saw. But I get to this point in winter and I'm like, we're spring. And I don't know why I do that, because that also means camp is right around the corner, and that means training needs to happen and hiring needs to happen. And anyways, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies, which is cross stitching, a little bit of sewing, hopefully eventually some quilting. I do like to make cards and treat boxes and gift card holders, and I'm still trying to figure out how to film those videos, so that's why you see none of them on my channel. Anyways, this week I finally was able to convince my son to ask his recruiting officer. For those of you that don't know, my son enlisted in the Marine Corps. And I thought he was shipping out on March 19th, which is a Tuesday. He's like, no, Mom, it's always a Monday. It's the 18th. And I'm thinking, in my head, I've got the 19th. And so I finally said, can you please remember to ask your recruiting officer? So he did. March 4th, a week from Monday. A week from Monday, he is shipping off to boot camp. That kind of messes with my party plans. So I had to really quick, reach out to family and say, he's shipping out 2 weeks earlier than we thought. Can you get together this weekend? So tomorrow we are doing a little get together for him so he can see family and friends before he heads off to boot camp. I was mentally prepared for him to be leaving on the 18th. So now I have to get mentally prepared for him to only be with me for another week. So it's okay. It's like I have to think of it in terms of, it's like I'm taking my kid and dropping him off at college. And you might not, depending on where they're going, you might not see them for 4 or 5 months. That's what this is like. And he'll probably get into less mischief at a military base than he would in college. So it will be okay. I am really happy for him. He's happy. He's confident in his decision. I really think this is going to be good for him. He wants to be a police officer. His job in the military is military police. So everything is lining up for him, and he just wants to get through boot camp. I think he will feel so much better once he comes out on the other side. Now, graduation can be either May 31st or June 7th. And I'm like, that's a week difference, and it might not matter to you, but for us, we need to find out who wants to come. You have to get in line to get on base, and it's a two-day event. One day is family day, the next day is graduation. And each day you go to get on base, you have to get in line very, very early, like 6 a.m., and you go through security, which takes you an hour and a half, and they bomb check your car, they pull people out of the car, they search the car, so it takes a while, and there's probably a large class of kids. I don't know how many kids are going to be going through, but it's a large class, and so it takes some time. So if a lot of family members want to go, then I was thinking, rather than us try to get up at 4 in the morning, which means some of us will have to get up at 3 to be ready to leave by 4 or 4:30 in the morning, because the base is about 2 hours away, hour and a half to 2 hours away. I just was thinking, well, let's Airbnb it down there. Let's just get a house, figure out how many people are coming, get a house, split the cost, done. But now I don't know. I don't know what day that will be, because is it going to be May 31st? Is it going to be June 7th? No one seems to know. So hopefully I will find out with enough time to make some kind of, I have to make a reservation for the dog and the cats, and there's things that have to be done that can't be done in a moment's notice. So teeny tiny bit frustrating, but we will get through it. It will be fine. It'll be good. So this week was a fairly light week with work, so I was able to get quite a bit of stitching done, and because of the rain, I was able to get some stitching done in the mornings. The dog, by the way, did really good in the rain. I thought he got a little crazy because we had 3 days where we did not walk in the morning, and by the end of that third day, I thought for sure he was going to be unbearable the next morning on our walk, and he wasn't. He heeled right next to me. He pulled a little bit. He got a little excited when there were other dogs that we came across, but for the most part it went really well. So I can see a little bit of growth in him. My husband can see a little bit of growth in him. So we're plucking along with the puppy. The kitten got her sutures out from being spayed on Friday, so she's a happy girl, and she's got all of her spunk back now that she doesn't have that, sutures in. So the pets are the old lady cat, she's gaining weight and waking us up now in the middle of the night, actually. And then I've got my middle girl, and she's just as feisty as ever. So we're all doing okay. But I was able to get some stitching done. I have a finish, not a fully finish, but I have a finish, and I have a new start. I almost had two new starts, but I started stitching the one piece, and even though I measured, the count of the fabric meant the circle design would have been a 4 inches, and it was 6 inches, and I just wasn't comfortable with a 1-inch margin. So I frogged that piece, and I will have to find a bigger piece of linen for that one, or go a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. I don't know. I was trying to use a scrap is what I was trying to do. Be productive. Use what you've got. Use a scrap. Didn't really work the way I wanted it to. So I just have one new start, and it's for the monthly weigh-in series, so I'm happy about that. Today, in preparation for the family party tomorrow, I took down most of Valentine's in the house, and I still got some stuff up there. Valentine's down in the house, and I put out St. Patrick's Day, and I feel like St. Patrick's Day is the spring equivalent to Thanksgiving, and there just are not a lot of decorations out. I mean, how many shamrocks can you have that look exactly the same? How many I do have leprechauns. They do creep me out, but I do have some leprechauns because I need something in my trays. And I forgot I have this, so I'll take this in, and this will help. But this I picked up $10. I think it was on sale. I think it was Joann's. So now my hunt is to find really cute Thanksgiving charts and really cute St. Patrick's Day charts, because my trays are a bit bare, but it's okay. It's a work in progress. A little bit of haul came in, and so I'll share that with you too. But let's go ahead and get started. I pulled out my birthday start from this year, and it is I was trying to get my board and it just tipped right out of my grasp. My birthday start, and I wanted the silk conversion on this because Elizabeth and Can Stitch had gone to the attic in Mesa, Arizona, and picked up the silk conversion for this piece, and it was beautiful. And her linen is a different color, and that's okay. I asked for this to be kitted for me for Christmas. I picked up the chart when we were on vacation and stopped at the attic. So I emailed them and I said, it's my understanding that you have a silk conversion for the floral motif sampler. I picked that pattern up. Can you please kit it for me with fabric and the silks? And she gladly did, and it came in the mail, and I got it for Christmas. So this isn't a birthday start, it's Christmas start. So I'm stitching the floral motif sampler using the silk conversion, the attic needlework shop silk conversion. And I am stitching this on, it's a color and cotton sampler gold, 40 count linen. And this is where I'm at. So I finished this motif here, and I started on this motif here. Now I did have some threads unravel in the center of this, so I will have to add those back in the next time I pull out that color. I used my highlighter tape and I marked it on the pattern so that it will draw me back to look at where it is on the pattern, to find it on this piece and to figure out why did I mark it, and then oh, I'm missing the center, and I'll do it. But anyways, there we go. It's so beautiful in person. This just does not do it justice. These colors are so rich and beautiful, and they pull through the fabric like butter. The color conversions are gumnut yarns, silk, dinky dyes, and I don't know what this one is. Oh, gumnut. Classic Colorworks Belsois. Just look at these colors. They are so pretty. Look at that green. Oh, that purple. I had told myself I wasn't going to get started with silks. Look what I did. I got started with silks. But I'm really happy that I did this, because this would be what I would consider an heirloom piece when it's done. I will probably send it out to be professionally framed. I don't know where yet. I might actually take it to the attic and see if I can't get them to frame it for me. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It works up pretty quickly. So I did put a few stitches in on this one. And in the spirit of stitching a little bit of Christmas all year long, I pulled out Reindeer Games and I started the second. I've already completed one. I started the second one. I believe it's this one down here. It's a very small start. I am stitching these with the called for flosses on 40 count vintage country mocha Newcastle linen. This is the one that was finished. And this is the one I have started. So, like I said, a really small start. So, I have the finishing pieces. This came kitted with the finishing pieces along with the pattern. So I have painted those. I'm working on the back of them. So they're just waiting to be done. And then I will be able to finish those up when I do a finishing session and have them ready, hopefully well before the holidays. Of course, the chart's by Brenda Gervais, and it's beautiful colors. Then I pulled out Entwined Hearts by the Scarlet House. The called for fabric on this is Aztec Red. I am stitching mine on 36 count peony linen that I picked up from Hollis Hands Creates. And I stitched OPQR. I finished this border here and I added Y and Z. And the reason I added Y and Z instead of starting back over here is because it was the same color as the band divider above it. I love it. I picked my own colors because the colors that are called for did not really go well with this fabric. I'm keeping in mind that I wanted it to look aged and faded and vintage. So I've got Gentle Arts Oatmeal, Classic Colorworks Black Coffee, and Weeks Dye Works Cherub and Begonia. Only 4 colors, that's it. And I am thoroughly enjoying stitching this one. I think it's the fabric and the color of the flosses. It's a really enjoyable stitch. The last couple weeks I decided to work on just one project on a Friday night, and I'm going to work that project until it's done. So last week I'm picking projects that are either going to be quick or they're going to be or they're really close to being done, so I can move some of these whips out of my whip pile and into the finish pile. So what I'm doing is I started this in celebration for our anniversary in 2023. We were married 30 years, so I thought that this would be a really nice memento to commemorate that. I'm using my wedding colors, so the bridesmaids' dresses were this jade color, and then my flowers, I had like a lavender rose, pink flowers, of course white for the dress. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Belfast linen in slate. And I got so close to it being done. But I just couldn't finish it. But this is where I am at. And at first I wasn't sure that I was liking it. And then I got the pink almost completely framing it. And it's not that bad. That teal, though, it really stands out against the other colors, and I think that's what bothers me. So I was contemplating making the 30 teal and changing the words to the white, or maybe purple and just leave the white out. But then that means I have to frog it all, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm just going to leave it as is. I will put this in a frame that I pick up. I kind of see it in a silver or a pewter type frame. So I'll pick something up at like Home Goods or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that and frame it. So I just have to finish outlining the 3 and putting the purple centers in the pink outline, and it will be done. So I might, just so I can get it done, I might work on this a little bit this weekend, see if I can't get it across the finish line so it can be a fully finished object for next week. And then I can put it up in the bedroom where I want it, and you know, it'll be done closer to when the 30th anniversary actually happened rather than the 31st. Our anniversary is July 31st, so if I can get it done before we get to the summertime, it's good. Next, I worked on the stitching seasons, stitching with the Housewives stitching seasons winter. This is a series that was done by Fat Quarter Shop. You get the bag, the charm, the chart, the fabric to stitch it on, which is 28 count even weave thin white pine board. You get a card that tells you everything that's in the kit and the value, and then finishing idea with SKU numbers for the piece, and then a piece of finishing fabric. So all of this, oh, and the floss, all of this comes in the kit. And I was focused on finishing the February weigh-in, monthly weigh-in. So I didn't put as much time in on this one until I worked on it a little bit Thursday morning and Thursday evening and Friday morning. But I got this much done. So I filled in the rest of the roof line here. I added the coal buttons and the eyes and the carrot nose and the red mug and the red birds. I had a little bit of frogging because I miscounted and added an extra row here unnecessarily. So this is moving in the right direction now. I'm hopeful I can get it done in the next couple weeks if I dedicate some time to it. Get this done, get it across the finish line so I can put it on my board. My board, the base color is now finished. I just spray painted it a satin black spray paint, and I have an idea of what I want to do with it. I would like to take a glitter paste from my paper crafting and stencil snowflakes on it. So I need to do that part of it and see if that will work. Hopefully it does. And then this will be done. And the finishing will be really easy. It will be finishing on sticky board. I may or may not use the red check fabric in here. I might pull a different fabric with some blues in it because I'm doing glitter paste snowflakes. So I haven't decided the finishing fabric yet. And then I might do a bow. We'll just have to see. I mean, pulling out a little bit of the red would probably be nice, but I don't. We'll just have to see where it leads me. Been thinking about patriotic stitches a lot lately. Not quite sure why, but I have been. So I pulled out one of the Patreon charts that we got in May of last year, and it's Patriotic Tweet, and this is from Teresa Kogan. So this was tier 4. I'm a member for Patreon. Tier 4, I think it's $20 a month, and I get 3 charts a month. As a Patreon member, you can buy a monthly ornament, and then you can participate. Tier 4 members can participate in mystery sales. I think she does 2 a year, and so I'm doing my second one. But anyways, I worked on this one. I decided to be a little brave and kind of take a cue from this little guy back here, and I'm stitching this on 32 count Murano in taupe, and it's a gingham. Sorry, my allergies have kicked up, which is fantastic. It's that time of year for me. Anyway, so this is what I did. I believe I added, I think the blue or the red. I think I added the red here, 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 and here. So I started the bird. So I have the bird to do, and the little motif above, and there's a flower behind the bird and a motif here, and then come down and do its basket and establish 1776, and it will be done. Finishing, I'm not sure. My original thought was perhaps I have another frame just like this one back here, and my thought was to frame it like that, but I just don't know that that's the direction I want to go. Hopefully the more I stitch on it, the clearer that becomes. I'm using called for flosses, and these are not set up on the regular floss drops, or maybe these are the called fors. I don't know. I think maybe these are them. What I've done is she tries to use all the same color palette. So everything that has from that month that has the color palette, I put it in the bag so I can just stitch, just pick a fabric and stitch. So I've got Freedom in there. This is from May 2022. Mr. and Mrs. Old Glory from 2023. The Pledge of Allegiance from 2023. The ornament that you buy from her, she has a secret shop connected to her Patreon. For $5 you can pick up an ornament. And then I purchased Land of Liberty. So all of these are kind of patriotic themed and use a lot of the same colors, so they're all in the bag, and I'm just gonna stitch one at a time until they're done. And a new start. Let me show you my finish, and it's not fully finished yet, but I finished February monthly weigh-in, stitching with the Housewives. It will be finished just like this and swapped out with this one up here, the February, it will be up there. And it'll be up there until I get April done, because I'm skipping March, because I'm sure that it'll take me all of March to stitch April. but I got it done finally. Really a fun stitch. And then there's, oops, there's the month name. So, not sure I'll get it finished by the end of the month, which was my original goal, because he's leaving 2 weeks earlier than we thought he was going to. That threw a monkey wrench into everything. But at least I will get it finished. I'll swap out Christmas, put this up. It'll be a change of pace, and then maybe with April I can get it back on track. I did start April. This is the April chart. Really cute. I'm stitching all of these on the called for, which is 25 count, 28 count Tea Dyed Monaco. And that's as far as I got. So the name and one bunny, almost completely stitched. So I'll just keep working on it a little bit every week till we get it done. March, I'm going away with the high school and middle school kids on a retreat in the mountains, and I don't normally take crafty things with me because I'm supervising or helping to supervise. So I spent a lot of time outside and, you know, that kind of thing. And the lighting isn't very good anyways, and socializing. So there's about 2 days in March that I won't be stitching at all, a Friday and a Saturday. And then when I come home, I'll do a video and then I'll stitch the rest of the day. So, but that's the middle end of March. So we should be good on there. Okay, haul. I should have brought out the pillow, but I picked up from Hollis Hands Creates 2 chenille trims from Lady Dot Creates, Chianti and Berry Crush, and I want one of these to maybe trim out the Strawberry Fair pillow that I finished, because I did that on a very unique fabric, and I actually think Berry Crush is going to win. I don't know. They're very similar. They're very close. One looks really, really good with the purple velvet on the back, and the other looks really, really good with the piece on the front. So it's just deciding which way to go. That's why I didn't finish it yet. I also picked up 36 count linen creme de menthe. And I had an idea for this one, and I don't recall now what it was for. I have several green fabrics. I must be in a green kick. And then 36 count robin's egg. And I picked this one up because Hands On Design actually has a bee pattern coming out with Nashville, and it's on a similar colored fabric, and I thought, ooh, maybe it'll look good on this. So I picked up that. And that's it. That's all I got. I did not get, I did get to Hobby Lobby last weekend, and I found 2 more Rick Racks to finish off these. I want to do a Rick Rack because it fills that empty space between the stitched piece and the tart pan. The Rick Rack that I picked and bought from Joann's was too big. So I picked up actually 2 colors, and I thought the cream would work But also this color here might look, I thought it kind of reminded me of a pie crust. It's a little more tan than what it's showing up in the through the video. In the video, it's showing a little grayer. So I bought two bolts of each color because I think you need a little bit more than just one full bolt. So when I have my finishing party, that will get done too. And we'll check it off the list. Okay, I think that is it. I am done cleaning for today. Tomorrow I will do the last minute stuff, which is like wiping down the kitchen and vacuuming, but all the heavy lifting was done today. So I can enjoy the rest of the day, and there is not a muscle in my body that isn't aching right now because of this cleaning thing. I don't know. So yeah, so the rest of the week, or the rest of the day, will be spent doing what I want to do, and then I will pick up some food tonight for tomorrow as well. But other than that, it'll be done. I would like to make a couple desserts tomorrow, and then it'll just be all based, you know, party planning until everybody leaves, and then I'll be able to stitch a little bit more. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. I do read the comments. I do try to respond to the comments with at least a heart, if not a little comment back. So I do enjoy that part of it. The more that is done, the more the content is pushed out. I hope you enjoyed. I did do a little midweek video on my mom's the treasures from my mom's crafty cupboard. So I hope that you checked that out and that you liked it. If I can figure out how to, I will link that at the end of the video. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I hope that your week, you get lots of good stitching time in, and that weather is starting to improve a little bit wherever you are, and starting to ease into spring a little bit. I just hope you have a really good week. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.